What gives you the right?
How dare you?
How dare you stand out in front of City Hall?
Oh, that was so funny.
First of all, I guess congratulations on your new state job.
Whatever.
Second of all, I have to tell you this. This was funny. When I started bitching and complaining about you first thing in the morning on Friday, it was immediately evident to the women in our listening audience what was going on here. The men didn't get it. They just didn't see it, right? So the guys that didn't like you were just talking smack about you. And
They always will, yeah.
The women said, "You're going to miss your friend." They saw right through all of my hijinks and impulse control issues. Is what it boils down to.
That's what women do.
They just knew that all of my anger was sadness. It was a blanket of sadness. So how long have you known that you were going to take the state job for?
Well, it was firmed up. Let's see, today's Monday. A week ago, Tuesday.
A week. Okay.
Is it really because the benefits are better?
Well, no, actually, I'm not taking the state benefits. So. So there's that. But no, I mean, it's not a question about benefits. It's not a question. Listen, by the time I buy a car and buy gas and commute back and forth there, there's big arguments to be made that maybe financially I'd be better off if I didn't do this. But I'm doing it because, I believe in the state. I want to help the state. And this is an opportunity that the governor has asked. And he's going to let me be me, so I don't have to, change who I am. And I'm still going to be a registered Republican, and he wants a Republican at the table. So I said, okay, I'll do it.
What is it? What does your job entail? I mean, you're the commissioner of revenue services.
Yeah.
What do you?
So there's two main components to it. The department's about 800 people, and one side of it is compliance, auditing, and enforcement, right? And then the other side of it is revenue generation, taxes, tax collections, those kinds of things. So those are the two pieces to it. And one of the things they'll be working on, which, this is really a decision of the legislature and the governor, but certainly I'll be asked to do a lot of work on, will be whether or not we determine to sell marijuana legally, recreational, and, of course, sports betting, which we've talked about a lot on this show. So, and how much money would it generate? What are we going to do with it? Where should you put it? That kind of thing.
In all seriousness, though, the conversations I did have with people that were normal and productive and not weird, there's a case to be made that the governor needs you more than you need him. He's had a lot of public gaffes during his time as governor, and you've done nothing but be popular and grow in popularity and gain national headlines with all your hijinks and tomfoolery. What do you say about that?
I'd say I have had a ton of tomfoolery in 20 years. There's no question about that. And hijinks on top of that. So there's that. But look, I think that part of being a good chief executive is recognizing when you need some area filled in and bringing somebody in to help you, right? So I do that as mayor and recognize I don't have all the answers and all the ideas, and I want other people around the table that'll bring ideas. So I applaud him for doing that and for thinking strategically. And for me, it just, I made a decision about 6 to 8 weeks ago that I was not going to run next fall because already I'm in an election year. So I have to make a decision, and normally a decision is made when, in just about these 2 weeks. And I said, no, I think I'm done. I think 10 terms is enough. And then it was a question, well, what are you going to do next? And literally the governor called, not out of the blue. We had been kidding around for, 4 or 5 months, but nothing serious. And he said, listen, I'm serious. I want you to come aboard. He didn't know what my decision was, but he was, serious, and they had a serious offer on the table, and I thought about it a lot and made up my mind to do it.
Yeah, you kind of you threw out some hints in the last couple of weeks that if we were paying close attention, we could have seen. Your Team Mayor Mark Instagram account disappeared, so that was the re-election side of your social media, correct?
Yeah, I don't run that anyways. That was somebody else who just, I think, got tired. I wouldn't, the two weren't connected. Let's put it that way.
Oh, okay. And then a couple of weeks back when you were on our show, we asked about the president, and you said something to the effect of, allegedly, I'm part of the same party as him. And that I should have sniffed that one out.
And I just want to be clear. I'm not switching parties.
Right.
I'm a Republican, and I will be a Republican in Hartford.
What is the process now? Because I think this is what's confusing a lot of people. We're not used to somebody leaving in the middle of their term. You are out of the office when, Thursday?
Yeah, so one of the conditions of me doing this was that the governor would allow me to, go back and forth between the two jobs for as long as Joe Calvo would need me, right? So while Thursday night Joe will take the oath of office, I'll still be around to help with COVID-19 and to help with the projects, the Danbury Career Academy we have going on. There's a really big economic development project that I think is going to happen finally that you and I have talked about. So I'll still be around to do all those things and split my time. And, he has no problem with that. And it's really just a matter of, what Joe needs and what he doesn't need. If he doesn't want me around, I get it too. So that was part of a condition of me taking this job. And so people don't have anything to worry about. I'll still be around. I'm living on Main Street. Friday morning you wake up, I'm still here, but I just won't be the mayor anymore.
We reached out to Joe, actually over the weekend, asking him to come on the show, and he said, we have to wait just a couple of days because on Monday, I'm going to find out what my schedule is going to be like, and I have a feeling it's going to be nutso.
He's going to be busy.
Yeah.
I mean, look, it's always busy. When you do it so many years as I've done it, you're used to kind of spinning a lot of plates at once. He'll be busy, but he'll get the hang of it, and I'll be there to backstop him and handle some of the things that he just doesn't have time for or just, has got something else going on. So he has my full faith, confidence, and trust. He's a kind, honest man, and he'll do a fine job, and I wish him all the best. So, but he will be, there's definitely a learning curve there, and that's why I'm there, because I have all the institutional memory, and I'll be able to share that with him.
The good news is I'm now the most famous person in the city of Danbury, so that's fantastic.
Well, by the way, the video of you and your wife, she's like, no, I'm not getting out of the car. It was like the funniest thing. But the whole office was dying. But how were you received out there? Did people say anything to you, or they're just like, what? What's going on? I mean, what happened?
Nobody there.
I think there were people. Yeah, there was almost no one there. A couple of people drove by, like in astonishment, making weird faces.
Did
I think
Taylor
people
yell,
were scared.
"Go home"?
She yelled, "Go home." I thought she yelled that. I thought she yelled that you were home, but after listening to it a couple of times, I realized she yelled, "Go home."
Go home.
I think people were scared of me. My wife legitimately thought I was a homeless person when she drove by the first time. And I was like, come on, you're just playing with me. She's like, no, I thought you were just like some drifter.
Because you were yelling.
Screaming in the street. Yeah.
Yeah, you were yelling, talking to yourself and answering yourself. It was scary. I thought you had a break.
What's the future of the Ethan and Lou show with you? I mean, where do you see this going? I don't know. I
would like to the extent that you think it's of value, it's your show. I get it. And if you don't ever want me on again, I won't be hurt. We're always friends, but I get it. But if you want me to come on from time to time, I'm happy to do it. I just can't. I won't talk local stuff. I don't want to undermine any elected official locally. I mean, I could talk generalized terms about Danbury if you want, and things that I hear that are going on. But I don't want to be specifically critical of any person. And then because of the department that I'll be running is so it's very sensitive. There's a lot of auditing and compliance issues that go on. So I can't talk about the work we're doing in there. But outside of that. You want to talk Netflix, you want to talk music, you want to talk recent events, popular culture, I'm all about it, and I'll certainly be happy to come on. That's kind of the way I figured you would answer. So basically what we would have you do, your role would be, national political correspondent. So something goes on from a national perspective, right? Wouldn't you think that's the way to go? Yeah, absolutely. You could bring me on, or even, bring me on, if you want to talk about the rollout of the vaccines, or how do you think this election's going to go? As long as it doesn't involve anybody in Connecticut or at the local level, I'll be happy to opine. Okay. Cool. All right. So but that's, up to you all. It's your show. I get it. I need my own show, I think. I've decided. Yeah, you do. Yeah. What happened to what you and I were supposed to do? I guess that's out. That's not off the table. All right. What can we expect from Joe? I know you said he's a kind, honest, hardworking person, but what can we expect from him in terms of leadership that maybe you didn't mention or we may not know? We're all, chomping at the bit to get to know this guy. Yeah, so, it's going to be different because of COVID-19. You really can't do a lot. It's not like you can have a first 100 days and go tour all the facilities that the city runs and all this stuff because you really can't be out there traveling around. But what you can know is that he's been around as a council president for, I think, 14 years. So he knows Danbury. He's been here all his life. He's a retired. He worked in the fire department, so he's retired from the fire department. So he's solid and he'll do a good job. He's a fiscal conservative, definitely a social libertarian, and I think that you'll be pleased with him. And as I told him, I said, look, I got to be Mark and you got to be Joe. So just be who you are and do what feels comfortable. Taylor will be helping a little bit out in interfacing with you all folks and people in the media. So and she's good and she'll get everything set up for you. So whenever you want to have him on, he'll come on. But he's a good guy. He's solid. He's just a solid man and certainly intelligent enough to do the job. And I'm confident he'll do a good job for Danbury.
He's stepping up to his responsibility to be there in the interim. Do you think that he's going to want to run again when the term is up?
Yeah, I don't think he's made this mind up about that. And I counseled him, don't make your mind up about it. I said, first of all, you got a lot of things to do besides politics. So let's, prioritize. And politics right now will go on the bottom of the pile until, you feel confident, you've got your sea legs underneath you and you've got the organization to where you under control in the sense of where you want it to go. Then you can make a decision. Some people, it's a funny office. Some people, I've talked to mayors across the state and the country really where they're like, you know what? I hate every day I walk in there. And because, people are on them all the time and they want jobs and, complaining. And then there are other people who just love it. I fall into the latter category. I just loved what I did. I got paid to do something I love to do. I love people. I thought it was fun. But those people that say they hate it, they don't last long and they usually don't run again. So I don't think Joe will know what he thinks of the position, and it's not for everybody. I can tell you that. But it looks easy, but it's really, really not. I mean, my phone doesn't stop ringing till 10:30, 11 o'clock at night. And oftentimes it's with people who are not government people, but just have these intractable problems that, are sad and challenging. And you don't have the assets or the tools to be able to handle them. I mean, it's just bigger than all of us.
And when the time comes, who do you think the Democrats will put up when it's election time?
I think they've got a number of qualified people that they could choose from. Look, I think the Republicans have a number of qualified people that they could choose from, too. I think, in that sense, I think it'll be an interesting race. But, the other thing is the president will be the president. Our problems are not going away. While many people blame President Trump for our problems, and he certainly did shoulder some of the blame, there's a new president that people can blame stuff on. So that typically will drive numbers down for the party in power. And so it'll be interesting to see how all that plays out.
Should I run?
No.
Thank you.
I don't think you have the patience level.
Really?
I know I don't.
I think you would pull out a cigarette, light it right in somebody's face, and okay, well.
Not to mention the impulse control.
Okay, this guy's unhinged. He's smoking in the office.
And you'll be like, listen, I just don't have time for this. Okay.
All right. Well, sorry if your phone rang more than it should have.
Okay. I couldn't tell you guys. I was under lockdown. I also have a blabbermouth, so they were pretty clear that I couldn't share with anybody. And so, rather than lie to you, I thought it would be better just not to respond.
Sure. No, we understand. Hey, congratulations, and we'll be in touch about how we're going to book you going forward. But congratulations on the new position. We might as well have you on again on Thursday one more time at the least.
I'm still the mayor. I'll be on Thursday. We'll talk COVID and all that exciting stuff. Oh, and Storm, right? I mean, we're right in the middle of the
we're going to be nuts to butts.
Snowmageddon, it's notorious B.I.G. I mean, how am I going to stop doing this stuff? I told the governor, you're not going to be able to control me. I am a maverick. You are not a Mustang. You cannot control me.
There you go.
All right.
Danbury Mayor Mark
if you want to get paid, you're going to have to shut up. I'm like, okay.
Danbury Mayor Mark Boughton, thanks for your time.
Thanks, Mark.
Bye.
All right, bye-bye. There you go. That's the deal.
I am going to miss that.
So am I.
It's annoying.
No,
I don't like missing things.
I know
it makes me very annoyed to have a feeling.
Okay, cool. Don't want to have any feelings if you don't have to.
No.